The Sermon on the Mount. A sunlit mountain stands tall against a bright blue sky. At its base, a huge crowd huddles together, gazing upwards. On the hillside, Jesus climbs higher and higher until he reaches the peak. There he sits down with his disciples beside him. Now when Jesus saw the crowds, he went up on a mountainside and sat down. His disciples came to him and he began to teach them Matthew 5:1-2, the Beatitudes. Jesus sits with his back straight, radiating peace and serenity. The crowd below is attentive, their faces hopeful. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Matthew 5:3-9. Salt and light of the world. Jesus rises and points his finger toward the sky. Then he turns and faces the crowd below. You are the salt of the earth. You are the light of the world. Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Matthew 5:13-16. The fulfillment of the law. Jesus speaks with conviction, his hands held up in front of him. His disciples lean forward, eager to hear what he has to say. Do not think that I have come to abolish the law or the prophets. I have not come to abolish them, but to fulfill them. For truly I tell you, until heaven and earth disappear, not the smallest letter, not the least stroke of a pen, will by any means disappear from the law until everything is accomplished. Matthew 5:17-18. Greater righteousness. People argue and push past one another in the crowd. Jesus steps forward, his face firm. For I tell you that unless your righteousness surpasses that of the Pharisees and the teachers of the law, you will certainly not enter the kingdom of heaven. Matthew 5:20. On anger. Two men fight and shout angrily at each other. Jesus teaches, his hands raised in a calming gesture. But I tell you that anyone who is angry with a brother or sister will be subject to judgment. Therefore, if you are offering your gift at the altar and they remember that your brother or sister has something against you, first go and be reconciled to them. Matthew 5:22-24. On adultery. A man walks past a woman and looks at her lustfully. Jesus interrupts his thoughts with a sharp look and a firm voice. But I tell you that anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart. Matthew 5:28. Divorce and oath. A couple argues loudly, gesticulating with their hands. Then they stop and turn toward Jesus, who addresses the crowd. But I tell you that anyone who divorces his wife, except for sexual immorality, makes her the victim of adultery. All you need to say is simply yes or no. Anything beyond this comes from the evil one. Matthew 5:32-37. Eye for eye. Jesus kneels down to bring a person from the crowd to his level, his eyes full of compassion. He speaks slowly, allowing his words to sink in. The crowd watches, astonished by his teachings. You have heard that it was said eye for eye and tooth for tooth. But I tell you, do not resist an evil person. If anyone slaps you on the right cheek, turn to them the other cheek also. Matthew 5:38-39. Love for enemies. Jesus looks out at the horizon, lost in thought. As he turns back to the crowd, they gasp at what they hear. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, that you may be children of your Father in heaven. Be perfect, therefore, as your heavenly Father is perfect. Matthew 5:44-48. Did you enjoy this story? Leave a comment and tell us which biblical character you'd like to learn more about. Thank you for watching until the end. Don't forget to like this video if it touched your heart. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next biblical stories. See you in the next adventure.